So yes, please continue to support the BUT. Before we go any further, to give you the official welcome, I would like to welcome to the stage our treasurer, Candace Griffith. No energy tonight. Welcome, Sister Candace Griffith.
Mrs. Wendy Odo, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Education, Mr. Glenn Price, Senior Education Officer of the Ministry of Education, President, Mr. Rudy Lovell, awardees, Mr. Ryan Phillips, President of CITUSAB, Mr. Dennis DePisa, General Secretary of CITUSAB, former Presidents and General Secretaries of the Barbados Union of Teachers, former executive members of the Barbados Union of Teachers, current executive members of the Barbados Union of Teachers, staff of BUT, specially invited guests, teachers, membership, friends of the union, ladies and gentlemen, good night and welcome. It is a great honor and pleasure to welcome you all to the President's Gala and Award Ceremony. I'll say it again. It is a great honor to welcome you all to the President's Gala and Award Ceremony. I am delighted to be a part of BUT's 50th anniversary celebration. Let's give BUT a hearty round of applause. We are gathered here tonight to celebrate BUT 50 and beyond. BUT is a union of excellence. Amen? BUT is a union of excellence which recognizes outstanding achievements and honors those who make and have made a significant contribution to education. The President's Gala and Award Ceremony is an event that highlights the exceptional work of teachers who have gone above and beyond the call of duty. Tonight we celebrate not just their success, but their passion, their perseverance, and the gifts they have brought to the job. We are privileged to have with us distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, and dedicated awardees. Awardees, each of you play a vital role here tonight. Like the dedicated guests, like the distinguished guests, you will make this event memorable. We are grateful for your presence. Your support and participation underscore the importance of recognizing and celebrating excellence in education. A special thank you goes from me to the committee for their hard work and tireless efforts at ensuring that this event tonight will be a success. To the awardees, congratulations. Congratulations on your outstanding achievements, your hard work, and dedication set a high standard for us all. Your contributions to the children of Barbados are invaluable, and you are deserving of the recognition you will receive tonight. As we move forward in the ceremony, let us celebrate the Barbados Union of Teachers, this great trade union. Let us celebrate the spirit of excellence and the achievements of our peers. Let us be inspired by their stories and motivated to reach new heights in our own lives and in our own endeavors. I hope you find the President's address engaging and the entertainment pleasurable. With that said, let us get on with the business of tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, again, welcome to Beauty 50 and Beyond, the President's Gala and Award Ceremony.
Thank you, Sister Candace, for your witty, your warm welcome. Now, the Barbados Union of Teachers, I think we can agree, is one of the most vocal unions in Barbados. No, I'm not hearing you. I think we can agree the Beauty is one of the most vocal unions in Barbados. Every week, when you open your paper, you go on social media, you go on CBC, you see something from the Barbados Union of Teachers. And it's not just about agitating and advocating for teachers' rights. You see as well things highlighting like this event tonight to celebrate teachers. You would have seen recently the top tier award. We have a very special awardee in the front who has had a lot of media coverage. So we must say that the Barbados Union of Teachers is working. Can we agree? No, we ain't got the kind of energy we need for a gala. Can we agree? A union that started out strong with John Cumberbatch, and we are still going strong in the fight for teachers. Now, usually, when you open your newspaper, your social media, you turn on the radio, there's a particular face you see and a particular voice that you hear. You hear others, but usually you hear and see this person. And at this time, I want to ask Brother Rudy Lovell, the president of the Barbados Union of Teachers, to come and give his presidential remarks.
What a remarkable evening this is, as we come together to celebrate not only the outstanding achievements of our teachers, but also the 50th anniversary of the Barbados Union of Teachers. 50 years of service, advocacy, and dedication to shaping the future of Barbados through quality representation. Mrs. Wendy Odell, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Education, Technological and Vocational Training. Mr. Glenn Price, Senior Education Officer in the Ministry of Education. Ryan Phillips and Dennis DePisa, President and General Secretary of the Congress of Trade Unions and Staff Associations of Barbados. Awardees, Presidents, General Secretaries, and members of sister trade unions. We also appreciate the presence of former presidents and general secretaries of the Barbados Union of Teachers, past and present executive members of the BUT members, other guests, and the media. Thank you for being here. The Barbados Union of Teachers celebrates 50 years with 50 awards. 20 top-tier awards, 20 retired teacher awards, and 10 service awards. The union extends heartfelt thanks to the sponsors of the top-tier award: Barbados Cooperative Teachers Credit Union Limited, Barbados Beach Club, Affinity Plus Credit Union Limited, Chaka Caribbean Adventures, Chakra Spa, Radisson Aquatica Resort, and La Azure Restaurant by Crane. Interested sponsors for next year's awards are encouraged to reach out, as the union aims to expand and improve these awards. With the focus on 50, it is with pleasure that I inform you that the BUT has welcomed more than 50 new members to its membership this month. This is in keeping with the previous 2 years of increased membership. You can clap for that, but you already did. As we reflect on the past 5 decades, I want to remind everyone of the role teachers play in the development of any society. We are more than just educators. We are nation builders. Every lesson taught, every challenge overcome, and every child inspired represents a step towards a brighter future for our country. As Nelson Mandela so wisely said, education is the most powerful weapon. As Nelson Mandela so wisely said, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. And through this union, we have been wielding that weapon with strength and purpose for half a century. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to everyone who helped us reach this milestone. I now invite all past and present executive members to stand and be recognized. Dr. Best. Thank you very much. 5 decades strong, beauty 50 and beyond. But while tonight is a night of celebration, we must also take a hard look at the challenges our education system faces today. Pressing issues that threaten the very core of what we are trying to achieve. Let us discuss these challenges openly and explore the solutions we can champion to ensure that the next 50 years of the BUT are more impactful. Before I go any further, I want to take a moment to extend my heartfelt condolences to the family of Kelia Collins, a senior teacher at Sharon Primary School who passed away earlier this term. This has been a profound loss for the teaching community, and it highlights an issue that must be addressed. Teachers are expected to carry on with their duties while grieving, but this is neither fair nor humane. It is surprising and concerning that teachers are expected to receive counseling while simultaneously supervising students. Having said that, I wish to commend the Ministry of Education for closing the school on the day of the funeral to allow staff and students to attend. Let us turn now to other pressing challenges in education, issues we can no longer afford to ignore. Violence and indiscipline in schools have reached alarming levels. We have witnessed violent incidents, from stabbings to teachers being threatened by parents, and these are not isolated events. This cannot continue. We must ask ourselves, how did we get here? What are we doing wrong? More importantly, what can we do to fix it? Children with conduct disorders are causing disruptions in classrooms, even in primary schools. And without specialized support, both they and their peers will continue to struggle. There is an urgent need to establish dedicated facilities with trained counselors to address the unique needs of these students. Additionally, parents must play a vital role in combating deviant behavior by teaching conflict resolution and promoting dialogue over aggression. Equally troubling is the fact that some educators are underreporting violent incidents. This only sweeps the problem under the rug and leaves it to fester. We cannot solve what we refuse to confront. Transparency is key, and I urge every principal and educator to be forthright in addressing these challenges head-on. Security in schools is another urgent matter. Just recently, we saw a frightening incident at Hilleskin Primary School that underscored the vulnerability of our children and staff. The absence of security guards in some 20 schools, despite having security hats, is unacceptable. We need initiative-taking measures, not reactive ones, to protect our schools, including ensuring every school has adequate security personnel, mainly trained, physically fit security personnel. But security alone is not enough. We must also address the root cause of this behavior, including social issues, trauma, and economic hardship. This requires partnership with social workers, mental health professionals, and community leaders. Turning to another matter that deeply affects us all, term vacation leave. Teaching is an incredibly demanding profession, and burnout is real. I am proud to announce that after persistent advocacy from the Barbados Union of Teachers, the Ministry of Education has agreed to restore the term's vacation leave to its original state. This is a huge victory, and one I believe will positively impact both the well-being of teachers and the quality of education they provide. The start of the new school term is crucial for setting the tone for students, teachers, and parents, making school readiness essential for a smooth transition. Ensuring smooth school readiness involves various factors, including adequate infrastructure and staffing, which are vital for a successful academic school year after the summer break. Over the summer, several primary nursery schools were involved in the summer maintenance program. At the secondary level, schools also engaged in repairs. The BUT welcomes the repairs to schools. However, we believe that the summer maintenance program needs to be prioritized, with contracts issued a week before schools close and funds allocated promptly. The Ministry of Education has signaled its intention to roll out a comprehensive school maintenance program. While this promise has been made, we will hold all our applause until the plan is implemented and we see real changes. Additionally, we support the Ministry of Education's initiative to modernize our schools. This is long overdue. The education sector requires a long-term building modernization policy, ensuring that buildings are not only repaired but also upgraded to meet 21st century building codes, including providing accessibility for the differently abled. As we seek to meet the demands of a changing educational landscape, we must also accelerate the integration of technology into our classrooms. Digital literacy is no longer optional. It is essential. Teachers must be equipped with the modern tools and training they need to prepare students for a rapidly evolving world. Regarding management preparedness, at the beginning of the academic school year, some schools faced management challenges as principals were assigned only a week before classes started. This situation affected the morale of staff and principals as the new leaders lacked sufficient time to develop and communicate initiatives, procedures, and goals for the year. Many teachers, like some principals, received late notices of their transfers or reassignments, which demotivated them and negatively impacted their mental health. Years ago, around 1997, the Ministry of Education and the BUT agreed that principals should receive one-term notice for transfers, while teachers should get 6 weeks notice to plan for relocation. We are requesting the reinstatement of this agreement. Despite their vital role, many teachers face unresolved salary issues, including overdue increments, unpaid allowances, and incorrect salary brackets, some persisting for years. Recently, the union submitted a list of teachers affected to the Ministry of Education, urgent action. These prolonged delays cause significant personal and financial hardship, intensifying frustration and a strong demand for immediate resolution. Despite their financial struggles, teachers are dipping into their own pockets to provide essential supplies for their classrooms. This is not sustainable, and it certainly is not fair. The BUT intends to advocate for financial support for our teachers. This includes an annual allowance for classroom supplies, ensuring teachers are not burdened with the cost of educating the nation's children. We also intend to push for a review of teachers' salaries and benefits during the public sector job evaluation exercise to ensure that educators are compensated in line with the value they bring to society. Despite numerous graduates from the Erdison Teachers Training College, many primary and secondary schools still face teacher shortages. which is unacceptable. The Barbados Union of Teachers urges the Ministry of Education to fill these vacancies promptly and tell us what the hindrance is. On the issue of training, the Ministry of Education has introduced valuable training programs for principals. Yet, there is still a critical need for training in emotional intelligence, conflict resolution, and grievance handling. Strengthening these skills would better prepare principals to manage disputes and create a more supportive school environment. Unfortunately, this year, an attempt was made to remove Barbados Union of Teachers Executive Committee members from a school while they were investigating health and safety concerns. The BUT views any restriction on its access to our schools as union busting and warns the union will respond immediately to such action. The Barbados Union of Teachers is troubled by the delays experienced by retirees in receiving their gratuity and pension benefits. Although teachers start the process 6 months before retiring, many face long waits post-retirement, often depending on family and friends for financial support. This issue is concerning as these retirees have consistently contributed to income tax and national insurance. The union recognizes that several departments handle gratuity processing, but finds the delays excessive, especially given the available technology. The BUT urges the government to streamline this process to ensure retirees receive their benefits without delay. Amid these educational challenges, we must stay focused on providing every child with quality education in a safe, supportive environment. This goal requires a collaboration among all stakeholders: teachers, the Ministry of Education, the union, parents, students, and the community to build an inclusive, effective education system. The BUT is open to engaging in active dialogue with the Ministry of Education, other stakeholders, and community organizations to develop comprehensive solutions to challenges facing education. Our purpose is to guarantee quality education for every child in Barbados and to support teachers in delivering it. The next 50 years will call for evolution, innovation, and advocacy. Complacency is not an option. While challenges lie ahead, there's also great potential. Let us continue to fight for what is right, for our teachers, our students, and the future of Barbados. As we celebrate tonight, let us remember that the future belongs to those who prepare for it today, a quote from Malcolm X. And through your work, you are laying the foundation for a brighter, more educated tomorrow. Thank you all for your dedication to our students and the future of education in Barbados. To our awardees, you represent excellence. Additionally, every educator here is invaluable and honored tonight. Let us make this an evening of appreciation, laughter, and recognition, leaving renewed and ready for the challenges ahead. Thank you, and here is to 50 more years of the Barbados Union of Teachers leading the way. Solidarity forever. Long live the Barbados Union of Teachers.
Let me see how well y'all know the BUT. In 1895, anybody was, none of we didn't born yet. The BUT was called BESTA. Does anyone know what the acronym represents? What the acronym means? Nobody know? You have to come up here. You have to come up here because you're going to win a prize. Who knows? She right there in that real pretty outfit. Glittering one right there, look. Okay, give her a round of applause. A round of applause. The Barbados Elementary School Teachers Association. Okay, so we're going to get straight into the dinner, and we're going to let you proceed in order of the table numbers. I'm going to ask Rohan to start playing some music. Tables 1, 2, and 3.
We have come to the most important part of this evening's gala. And this is where we make presentations to those who have given outstanding service to education. So retired teachers who have given noble service to BUT and education are recognized with the Retiree Awards. These persons have built the organization and we call BUT and shaped the educational system with their time and dedication. These awards are given during Teachers Week and they started in 1989. To present these evening's Retiree Awards, we have our president, Mr. Rudy Lovell, and he will be assisted by Ms. Marcia Burke. Our first award this evening will be presented to Miss Abigail Trotman. Give her a round of applause, please.
Abigail Rashani Geraldine Trotman is an Earlston-trained graduate teacher who holds a Bachelor of Arts in History and Sociology from the University of the West Indies, Cayfield campus. Mrs. Trotman, a 61-year-old, is married with 2 adult children. She has been involved in service to her church from a child and is currently a Sunday school teacher. She has been a scout leader since 2006 and is an assistant district commissioner for the Beaver Scouts in the Southern District Council of the Barbados Boy Scouts Association. Mrs. Trotman is passionate about helping others, and children are especially dear to her heart. Mrs. Trotman entered the teaching service on February 1st, 1983, at the tender age of 19, and was assigned to the St. George Secondary School. In September 1984, Mrs. Trotman went on to Earlston Teachers Training College and was trained as a secondary school teacher there. In 1986, she was assigned to the St. Giles Senior School after graduating from the training program at Earlston College. Mrs. Trotman was transferred to St. Christopher in 1991 and Christchurch Boys School in 1992, where she remained until July 2015. She has mostly taught boys during her teaching career, and she especially loved those interactions. In September of 2015, Mrs. Trotman was transferred to St. Lawrence Primary School, and in September 2019 was again transferred to the Christchurch Girls' School, where she remained until 2023. She officially retired from teaching on January 1st, 2024, after 40 years of teaching. She misses the interactions with children in the learning process, but not the heavy responsibilities of actually being a teacher in Barbados today. She has been a member of the Barbados Union of Teachers since 1984 and a steward since 2005, only missing 1 year of actually being the official steward of a school, but yet still serving as the unofficial steward there. Mrs. Trotman thoroughly enjoyed being a steward of the Barbados Union of Teachers because she loves helping her comrades. Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Abigail Trotman.
Congratulations. Give her another round of applause, please. Our next awardee is Mr. Andrew Hall, and we will ask you to stay seated until the full recording is played.
Andrew Hall started his education at Buxton Boys' School and continued at the Commoner School. After leaving school, he spent 12 years in banking. He admits that he received a spiritual call to teaching, and so he entered the teaching service in January 1991. His first school assignment was at the Lodge School, where he spent 2 terms. He then left there to join the staff at the Ellerslie School, where he remained until his retirement in January 2023. Mr. Hall was a music teacher at both schools. However, he taught a range of subjects including history, social studies, Spanish, and health and family life education. He also taught piano and guitar to students. He coordinated the program at the Ellerslie School, which facilitated the tuition of orchestral instruments and the steel pan. Mr. Hall was also head of the department for the last 7 years of his time at the Ellerslie School. He was very passionate about his job and devoted much of his time in the teaching service to pastoral care. He had and continues to have a great relationship with students and parents, past and present. Andrew is a graduate of the Earlston Teachers Training College and the University of the West Indies. He is the founder director of the Celestial Voices Choir and they are currently celebrating 30 years of music ministry. And he's also an organist and choir master. He is the founder director of the Celestial Voices Choir, and they are currently celebrating 30 years of music ministry. And he is also the organist and choir master at St. Stephen's Anglican Church. This association of music and spirituality have laid the foundation for shaping his character and his ethos, and have been the catalyst for him being very passionate about his teaching career. Andrew Hall devoted much of his time in the teaching service to pastoral care for both students and teachers. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Andrew Hall.
You're most welcome, sir. Our next awardee is Miss Ann Teresa Hunt.
Anne Teresa Hunt attended Hinesbury Primary School, where she gained entrance to the St. Michael's School on completing the Common Entrance Examination at the age of 10 years. On leaving the St. Michael's School, Mrs. Hunt pursued studies in the Private Secretary Certificate at the Barbados Community College, but at the end of the 2 years she was still unsure that a career as an administrative assistant was her future goal. However, with the persuasion and guidance from her mother, Geraldine Griffith, who taught that she would make a very good teacher, Mrs. Hunt decided she would try teaching for only one term. She was assigned to the Ellerslie School, and the one term became 42 years. Mrs. Hunt was convinced that teaching was one of the plans that God had for her life. She taught the business studies subjects and physical education with great success and found tremendous satisfaction in guiding and preparing our nation's children for the world of work and adult life. Mrs. Hunt was appointed head of the Business Studies Department after the retirement of Mrs. Doriel Hazard in 1999 and acted in the capacity of deputy principal whilst Colonel Earl Brathwaite was on leave. Mrs. Hunt had no regrets whatsoever in taking the path of teaching, and her various achievements speak to the fact that this was the career to pursue. She was adjudged Student of the Year when she attended Erdison Teachers Training College from 1987 to 1989. In 1994, she obtained her Bachelor of Education degree from the University of Technology in Jamaica with upper second class honors. In 2005, she received an award for outstanding contribution to education, and in 2011, she was awarded the Royal Fidelity National Distinguished Teachers Award. During her stint at the Ellerslie School, Mrs. Hunt was involved in a number of initiatives at the school. These included link leader of the Red Cross, chairperson of the Grooming Committee, member of the Social and Speech Day Committees, and was the secretary to the school's management team. Mrs. Hunt totally enjoyed her 42 years at the Ellerslie School and has maintained an excellent relationship with her peers, the school's administration, and the students. Mrs. Hunt emits a smile when she jokes that she walked across the Ellerslie School courtyard as a teenager of 19 years old on her first day and walked across that same courtyard as a senior citizen at 61 years on her last day. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Anne Teresa Hunt.
Yes, she does. That was quite impressive. Give her a rousing round of applause. Very impressive. From 19 to 61. Our next awardee is Coben Hines.
Mr. Coben McCollin Hines, born in 1951, is the recipient of the Barbados Service Medal. He holds a diploma in journalism, a diploma of public relations management, a diploma of theology, and an Erdison certificate, a certificate in education management, and John Thompson Fellow, Bachelor of Arts in English. He was educated at the St. Giles Boys and the now defunct Modern High School. He holds several awards, including the Barbados Union of Teachers Long Service Award and the Caribbean Union of Teachers CUT Service Award. He is a distinguished John Thompson Fellow and a trainer of trainers. Mr. Hines is a national leader in education who has shaped the lives of several individuals. A serious and firm disciplinarian for over 40 years, he is one of the foundation builders of the Barbados Union of Teachers, a tireless advocate for industrial and public relations practices and the eradication of child labor. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Coben McCollin Hines.
Congratulations, you're welcome. Our next awardee is Miss Cynthia Innes Grisette.
Cynthia Innes Grisette has been a member of the teaching fraternity for over 45 years. She has a Bachelor of Fine Arts degrees with honors, versed in 2 foreign languages, Spanish and Ancient Egyptian, and is pursuing a master's degree in metaphysical science. Her hobbies include songwriting and poetry. She has taught at 2 private secondary schools and 6 public primary schools. Some of the primary school students under her charge have received awards at NIFCA and the National Cultural Foundation's Kitties Kadooment. Internationally, her Westbury Primary School students were top achievers at the Kanagawa Biennial Art Exhibition held in Japan on 2 separate occasions, thereby placing that school on the map.
Let's give a warm welcome to Mrs. Cynthia Innes Grisette. Our next awardee is Miss Evelyn Toppin.
Evelyn Marilyn Toppin was born on September 21st, 1958, and grew up in the parish of St. John, but now resides in Christchurch. She received her early education at the Ebenezer Primary School from 1963 to 1970 and Princess Margaret Secondary School from 1970 to 1976. She received further education at the Institute of Jamaica School of Dance, where she gained a diploma in dance and education. Her educational pursuits continued at the Eardiston Teachers Training College, where she gained her teacher training certificate in 1992.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Miss Evelyn Toppin. Thank you very much, Mrs. Toppin. Our next awardee is Mr. Grenville Hines.
Mr. Grenville Hines' journey as a professional teacher began on January 5th, 1972, when he accepted an assignment at the then St. Clement's Infant School instead of an assignment at the Barbados National Library Service. That experience turned out to be a very nurturing, enriching, and exciting one. This was achieved under the master teacher and instructional leadership of the late Mrs. Daphne Nichols, who passed earlier this year, 3 months before her 100th birthday on June 18th. At St. Clement's Infants, Mr. Hines was privileged to meet other young teachers who worked collaboratively and went beyond the call of duty for the good of their charges. He recalls recently he met a former student who reminded him that he left the school and walked to her mother's home to ascertain why she was absent. The experience garnered while there provided the impetus for his assignment as senior teacher at Holy Innocents Composite, Gordon Greenwich Primary, St. Albans Infants, Half Moon Fort Primary, Sharon Primary, and his appointment as acting principal at St. Andrews Primary, Deacon's Primary, All Saints Nursery, and finally, his appointment as principal at St. Stephen's Nursery School.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. Grenville Hines. Congratulations. Our next awardee is Mrs. Heather Lovell Callender.
Heather Lovell Callender is the daughter of the late John Lovell, a former president of the Barbados Union of Teachers and founding member of the Barbados Teachers Credit Union. It was her father's enthusiasm for the trade union movement, coupled with the many visits of the Teachers Union stalwarts to her home, that encouraged young Heather to join the union, where she has remained an active member to this day for some 40 years now. Mrs. Lovell Callender gained a love for the teaching profession from her father, who was also a principal, and was first assigned to the St. Jude's Primary School in April 1981. This was followed by 42 years of unbroken service.
Put your hands together and welcome Mrs. Heather Lovell Callender. Congratulations. Our next awardee is Mr. Henderson Nurse.
Mr. Henderson Nurse holds a Master of Philosophy in Geographical Information Systems and Remote Sensing from Cambridge University, England, a Diploma in Education from the University of the West Indies, Cave Hill, Barbados, and a Bachelor of Arts in Geography from the University of the West Indies, Mona, Jamaica. After leaving sixth form at the Commerce School, he went straight into teaching and served as a teacher of geography and social studies for approximately 9 years at St. Lucy's Secondary School, now Darrell Jordan Secondary. He resigned that post in 1980 to pursue studies in geography at the Mona campus, Jamaica. He was the recipient of the Barbados government bursary, which helped to finance his studies. He returned to the school in 1983 after completing his first degree. He was transferred to St. Michael's School in 1988. In 1993, he was granted study leave to pursue an MPhil at Cambridge University.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. Henderson Nurse. Look at the camera. Congratulations, sir. Our next awardee is Mr. Jeff Brooms.
Mr. Jeffrey Brooms, known to many as Uncle Jeff, was a teacher and administrator for 41 years and served as president of the Barbados Union of Teachers and the Barbados Association of Principals of Public Secondary Schools. He is a community organizer and has contributed much to the development of the country, especially in education and sports. Mr. Brooms has given free common entrance lessons throughout the island for the past 31 years. He has also initiated teacher training conferences, negotiated scholarships for teachers to complete a master's degree at his alma mater in New York, as well as student leadership programs for Barbadian students at York University in Toronto. Additionally, he has initiated newspaper and television teaching for both Common Entrance and CXC, dating as far back as the 1990s.
Put your hands together for Mr. Jeff Brooms. Give him another round of applause. You are most welcome, sir. Our next awardee is Dr. Karen Best.
Dr. Karen Best is a highly respected education leader and administrator, having served as the Chief Education Officer in Barbados. Her career also includes a tenure as principal of Hillaby Turner's Hall Primary, where she made significant contributions to primary education. Additionally, Dr. Best held the role of Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Labor, Social Security, and the Third Sector, further demonstrating her dedication to public service. Dr. Karen Bess is also deeply involved in the credit union movement, where she actively contributes to the growth and development of financial cooperatives. Her leadership and commitment extend beyond education, reflecting a broad dedication to community empowerment and financial literacy.
Put your hands together for Dr. Karen Best. Now I know y'all saw that dress, right? Listen, y'all really have to clap for that. Congratulations, ma'am. Don't spank me, please. Our next awardee is Miss Margarita Goodridge.
Miss Margarita Goodridge entered the public service on the 15th of October 1973 after completing her secondary education at St. Leonard's Girls. Her first assignment was at the St. Stephen's Infant School. Miss Goodridge also taught at Montgomery Boys and Vauxhall Primary for 6 years inclusive. However, 27 years in the teaching service were spent at Lawrence T. Gay Memorial and Christchurch Girls, respectively. She taught every age group from reception through to class 4 and children in the different groups. These included homogeneous, mixed ability, and remedial. Her academic qualifications include the Erdeston Teacher's Certificate and a Bachelor's of Arts degree. She was senior teacher from 2010 to 2015, and she was seconded to many schools such as Gordon Walters Primary, Luther Thorne Memorial, Milton Lynch Primary, and Charles F. Broome Memorial.
Please give a warm welcome to Mrs. Margarita Goodridge. Give her another warm round of applause. Our next awardee is Reverend Michael Douglin.
Reverend Michael Leroy Douglin was born in Brewster's Road, Barbers Hill, St. Michael. He attended Wesley Hall Infants and Junior Schools, as well as the St. Leonard's Boys School. His working life began as a checkout boy and cashier at the age of 14 at the then Goddard's Food Fair in Kensington. This was done on weekends and holidays until the age of 19. During the summer of 1977, Reverend Douglin attended the Erdeston Teachers Induction Course, where he met his beautiful wife, Denise. He entered the teaching service in September 1977 and was assigned to Deacon's Primary School. 1 year later, he taught at Boscobel Boys before being reassigned to Deacon's Primary. Reverend Douglin attended Erdeston Teachers Training College from 1981 to 1983, course 37, and was president of the Student Council. After Erdeston, he was assigned to Lawrence T. Gay Memorial School and specialized in agricultural science and general science. He also taught at St. Silas Primary School.
Put your hands together and welcome Reverend Michael Douglin. Our next awardee is Miss Shirley Marshall.
Shirley Morena Marshall was born on October 19, 1958, in her childhood home at Pinelands, St. Michael. She received her primary education at Stowe Primary School and her secondary education at Springer Memorial Secondary School. During her time in secondary school, her principal, the late Mrs. Pamela Tudor, recognized her potential and encouraged her to consider a career in teaching. This guidance was pivotal as it opened her eyes to the possibility of inspiring others. The school, under the leadership of Principal Tudor, offered programs that provided academically qualified students with opportunities and avenues of employment, even if they did not pursue traditional tertiary education. This initiative not only supported her ambitions, but also allowed her to make a meaningful impact on future generations.
Please give her a round of applause. Congratulations. You're welcome. Our next awardee is Mr. Vernon Harbin.
Vayman Harbin has been a teacher for
Vayman?
41 years. He spent his career at 5 primary schools across Barbados: the Irvin Wilson School, Vauxhall Primary School, Charles F. Broome Primary, Grisette's Primary, and Grantley Prescott Primary. Mr. Harbin holds a certificate in teacher education from the University of the West Indies School of Education, a certificate in education for teaching from the Erdiston Teachers Training College, and a certificate in physical education for specialist teachers from the Erdiston Teachers Training College. He also holds an associate degree in applied science in physical education from the Barbados Community College. Mr. Harbin holds a coach's diploma in swimming obtained at the Semmelweis University Institute of Coaching and Sport Education in Budapest, Hungary.
Please give a warm round of applause to Mr. Vayman Harbin. Our next awardee is Mr. Vincent Carter.
Mr. Vincent Carter, after leaving his alma mater Princess Margaret Secondary School as head boy in 1978, immediately returned to the said school in the next term to begin his teaching career at the age of 17, where he taught industrial arts. 2 years later, he was transferred to St. Philip Boys School, where he taught for 3 years. Mr. Carter then attended Erdiston Teachers Training College, where he earned his certificate in education in conjunction with the University of the West Indies between 1982 and 1984. After 21 years of having the experience of teaching at the primary school level at approximately 10 different schools, Mr. Carter then had a calling for special education, and as a result, he completed a diploma in special needs education, which qualified him to teach as a special needs teacher in most of the then senior schools. Mr. Carter completed his 42 years of teaching at the Ann Hill School, where he spent the last 12 years of his career.
Give him a warm round of applause. Our next awardee is Mrs. Carolyn Gibbons Hines. Yes, you can clap for her. Mrs. Gibbons Hines is a compassionate, purposeful, and devoted individual with experience in special education, early education, and organizational management. But above all, she is a teacher. It is hard to overstate her passion for education. She has dedicated 39 years to education, 36 of which she spent teaching in government, and 11 of which were spent teaching special education. She is a graduate teacher who has attended various workshops in special education and has completed courses in dyslexia and sign language. Despite her early retirement, she continues to visit her former school to give assistance and advice in whatever capacity is required, whether academic or otherwise. Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Carolyn Gibbons Hines. Give her a warm round of applause, and let's please give a rousing round of applause for all of our retiree awardees. And that brings us to the end of that segment, and I will now turn you over to my co-host, Tara Jurins.
Let's give the retirees another round of applause for their noble service to BUT, their noble service to the teaching service we have awarded them tonight. 50 years, so we're giving a lot of awards tonight. But before we move to the next set of awards, we have an up-and-coming artist here to entertain you. I want you to welcome to the stage Ms. Cherish Griffith.
I let it fall, my heart, and as it fell, you rose to claim it. It was dark, and I was over, until you kissed my lips, and you saved me. My hands, they were strong, but my knees were far too weak to stand in your arms without falling to your feet. But there's a side to you that I never knew all the things you'd say, they were never true, and the games you'd play, you would always win. But I set fire to the rain, watched it pour as I touched your face. Well, it burned 'cause I cried and I heard it screaming out your name. As I lay with you, I could stay right there, close my eyes, feel you here. Forever, you and me together, nothing is better. But there's a side to you that I never knew all the things you'd say, they were never
Give it up for young talent. Give it up for young Cherish Griffith. I hope to see her on the world stage at some time. We must encourage our youth. Give her another big round of applause. I want to ask you a question. For the educators in the room, are you a teacher who inspires, who encourages, who respects his or her students or colleagues? Are you? Can you raise your hand? Are you? I see very few hands. This is very sad for the teaching service. But that is where that acronym TIER comes from. And right now, we want to award the top tier teachers. This is an initiative that was started last year by the Barbados Union of Teachers to give teachers their flowers while they are still in service. We have been awarding retirees for some time, but what about those teachers who are actively in the service? We wanted to reward them for good service, to recognize them, and give them that recognition before retirement. I just told you what the acronym top tier stands for. So a top tier teacher, a teacher who inspires, encourages, and respects his or her students or colleagues. These educators were nominated by their peers for their outstanding service. Top tier was actually conceptualized several years ago, but became a reality due to the foresight of this executive. And the committee is chaired by Sister Stacia Springer. Sister Stacia Springer, please stand. Let them give you a round of applause. At this time, I want to invite our General Secretary, the longest serving General Secretary in the Caribbean, to join me on stage to start the presentations. Give it up for the longest serving General Secretary in the Caribbean, Mr. Herbert Gittins. I can't hear y'all, for Mr. Herbert Gittins. He can't be a top tier because he's retired. He would probably have to get a retiree award. He said he's still top tier, but I think he's a little delusional. So we will start to call out the names of those top tier teachers. First up, from the Lester Vaughan School, we have a very active steward, Mr. Alwyn Bob. Your colleagues have recognized you for your stellar service. Remember that this is an award where you're nominated by peers. Give it up for Mr. Alwyn Babb. Next up, from representing, and I just want to take a little time out to say, these awards have been awarded to nursery, primary, secondary, tertiary, and special needs. We have left no category of educator out. Next up we have from St. Bartholomew Primary, Harry Barnett. Another top tier. Here to accept his top tier award. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Perry Barnett. Next up, from Grisette's Primary, we have Miss Tamita Benjamin. Again, your colleagues have recognized the exemplary work you do, and you will get this top tier award tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Tamita Benjamin. Remember we said nursery to tertiary with all in between. Next up from St. George Secondary, we have Mr. Dorian Best. That's all right, share a little louder. Show that support. Give him his flowers. I heard an up and on, I'm going to say up and out, but Furter Lux. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dorian Best. Next up, we have a fairly popular gentleman from Milton Lynch, Mr. Adrian Brewster. And he's dressed very dapper today in his burgundy and pink tie. Maybe they're not only recognizing him for his achievements, but for his fashion. Give him all the encouragement. Give him all the encouragement. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Adrian Brewster. Next up, from the Olga Miller Nursery School, remember I told you nursery to tertiary, we have Angel Birch. Yes, give her all the encouragement. She's indeed looking like an angel tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Angel Birch. Going back to nursery again, from St. Stephen's Nursery, we have Tashay Burnett. Unfortunately, she's not here tonight to accept her award, but let's applaud her nevertheless. At this time, I'm going to ask our committee chair, Sister Stacia Springer, to join us on stage. Our next award This next award, it gives me a bit of a somber mood. This is a teacher who was exemplary, who touched her community, her school. If you attended her funeral, you would have heard the long, long, long tributes that were even longer than the sermon. Known as Auntie, but her name is Kelia Collins from Sharon Primary, and posthumously we recognize Miss Kelia Collins. Her brother will accept the award on her behalf. Let's applaud, let's give him the encouragement. It takes a lot of courage to come here after losing your beloved sister to accept this award. Ladies and gentlemen, the brother representing for Sister Kelia Collins. May she rest in peace and rise in glory. Mr. General Secretary, I thank you for your service at this time, and now invite our committee chair, executive member, Sister Stacia Springer, to hand out the rest of the awards. The next award is something that's dear to my heart. Special needs. We often forget those in special needs, and our next awardee is from the Charles F. Broome Special Unit. And I want to welcome on stage Miss Sharika Corbin. We really need to applaud the teachers who do everything for the students who are differently able, those individual educational plans. They really put in the work, and special needs needs more recognition in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, Sharika Corbin. Congratulations, darling. Our next awardee hails from the Gordon Greenwich Primary School, Miss Marga Griffith. Now I know y'all can do better than that. Encourage our top tier teachers. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Margaret Griffith. Our next awardee comes from the Good Shepherd Primary School. We're calling on Tracy Hinkson. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Tracy Hinkson. Our next awardee is not only a person who teaches in special needs, she is also a principal and has been very vocal about the special needs communities and those with disabilities. Up to recently, she was on a panel for the Barbados Union of Teachers talking about inclusive visibility in the classroom. I'm not even trying to get that word correct, but you know what I mean. I want to welcome Miss Donna Holder. So you see, our top tier teachers also include principals. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Donna Holder. Our next awardee hails from Eden Lodge Primary. Welcome, Alicia Jones. Now I know you had food and you have more energy than that. Let's welcome Alicia Jones. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Alicia Jones. And isn't she fashionable tonight? Isn't she lovely? Our next awardee hails from St. Bernard's Primary. Let's welcome Suzette Jordan. Unfortunately, she's not here to accept her award, but as I asked you before, please give her a round of applause. Award all our top tier. Our next awardee hails from St. George Secondary. Please welcome Gail Murray. Looking beautiful in red, here comes Gail Murray. Ladies and gentlemen, Gail Murray. Remember I said nursery to tertiary. This next person hails from the Barbados Community College. First award, that top tier award given to the Barbados Community College. Quite deserving. Please welcome, and don't kill me if I mess up this name, Nzinga Nayatu. Nzinga Nayatu. Even her principal agreed that she really deserved this award. She's indeed a top tier. Worthy of the top tier award. Ladies and gentlemen, Nzinga Nayatu. Nzinga Nayatu. Our next awardee hails from Hillaby Turner's Hall. And they've already called the name for me. Bring up Miss Grace Ramsey. So Grace is being awarded also for her fashion sense tonight, we can see. Yes, they're looking top tier, they behave top tier. Indeed, worthy of the top tier award. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Grace Ramsey. Our next awardee is from the Alexandra School. Please welcome Mia Seeley. Mia Seeley Howell. Ladies and gentlemen, Mia Seeley Howell. Now remember I told you we don't only award teachers. Our next awardee is also a principal. Hailing from the George Lamming Primary School, please welcome Marlon Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Marlon Wilson. I thank you, Sister Stacia Springer, for joining me on stage. At this time, I would like to invite our president, Brother Rudy Lovell, to join me on stage to give this very special award. This award is near and dear to my heart as well. This teacher that is being awarded is a teacher who is a strong disabilities advocate, is a teacher who herself is visually impaired, a teacher who was a student of the Irving Wilson School and is now a teacher at the Irving Wilson School, a student, a teacher who lost a great percentage of her vision while doing her Earnestine Teacher's Diploma, and pushed through, persevered, continued, and she inspired her students and her colleagues in the process. She never wavered. She never gave up. I want to call to the stage from the Irving Wilson School, Miss Felicia Balgobin. Disability is not inability. And Ms. Balgobin is a great example of that, an exemplary teacher. And she is the President's Choice for the Top Tier Award this year. Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Felicia Balgobin. I want to thank you for supporting all of the top tier awardees tonight. I think we can agree that giving persons flowers while they're in service is a wonderful thing. You don't have to wait to retirement. We know, unfortunately, some people don't even make it to retirement, so let's give it up again for the top tier awardees of 2024. Now, before we move on, I will call this young lady to the stage to regale us with song, set the mood and the spirit. I now invite to the stage Sonjina Curtin. Please give her a rousing round of applause as she comes to the stage.
Good night, everyone. Good night, everyone. Right. Full transparency. Anybody who knows me know when you hear my voice that I am currently hoarse. But I'm going to give you the best that I can at this time.
Reminded that
You weren't invited, but I couldn't stay away. I couldn't fight it. I hope to see my face and that you be reminded that for me it isn't over. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you. So don't forget me, I beg. I remember you said sometimes it lasts to love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Nothing compares, no worries or cares, regrets and mistakes and memories made. You would have known how bittersweet this would taste. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you. Don't forget me, I beg. I remember you said sometimes it lasts to love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you. Don't forget me, I beg. I remember you said sometimes it lasts to love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Sometimes it lasts to love, but sometimes it hurts instead.
She said she had no voice. Excuse me. Give her a round of applause. My goodness, that was beautiful. It really was. The service awards are given to organizations who have been championing the causes of the BUT and sharing in our ethos. We truly appreciate the commitment of these 10 organizations, which will be awarded here tonight. Without further ado, the first recipient of the Service Award goes to the Ministry of Education, Technological and Vocational Training. I believe we have a thank you. Mr. Glenn Price. Thank you so much, Mr. Gittins. We'll have a representative from the Nation Publishing Company Limited come up to accept this award. Here we have a wrap. Next, we have a representative from Barbados Today, Inc.
really important for us to thank the press for highlighting all of our causes. Next, we have the Barbados Advocate. Next, we have Starcom Network, Inc. Mr. Anthony Green, the General Manager. The Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation. Mr. Andrew Lowe. And if we can just have all members of the media houses on stage for a group shot. We have from Barbados Today, Mr. Ryan Miller. From CBC, Mr. Andrew Lowe. For the Nation Publishing Company, Mr. Romain Lovell. From Starcom Network, Mr. Anthony Green. Come quickly. Yes, with your award. And I want everyone to give these organizations a rousing round of applause, because if they don't carry out and publish the concerns that the teachers have, the public would not be made aware of our many challenges, the challenges that we face in education. So let's give them a rousing round of applause, and we thank them for their service and their commitment to the Barbados Union of Teachers. Thank you so much. Next, we would like to thank Sagicor Life, Inc. And that company is represented by Mr. Calvin Husbands. IMPS Assurance Broker Limited, represented by Mr. Armand Haynes. Mr. Haynes, then we're going to have Mr. Husbands will come back and have a photo with Mr. Lovell and Mr. Haynes.
you so much, gentlemen. Next, we wish to thank the National Sports Council, which will be represented by Mr. Neil Morrell. Congratulations, sir. Now we want to recognize the Media Resource Department, which will be represented by Ms. Charmaine Seal. The hardworking Ms. Seal, for those who know, they know. And we're going to ask Mr. Price to join Ms. Seal on stage with his award, of course. Good. And let us thank the Ministry of Education, Technological and Vocational Training, along with the Media Resource Department for their partnership with the Barbados Union of Teachers. Recognizing our partners, recognizing your support. Give it up again for those who got the 10 Service Awards. Now, before we close, so I told you that we had some questions. So I'm going to ask them quickly, and then Stephanie is going to come through to the crowd to those who have the correct answer. My first question, this is a little biased because I am a woman myself. Who was the first female? Somebody answering there? Yes. He's wrong. I see a hand in the back. I see a hand in the back. Pardon me? Yes, Marjorie Marshall. My next question. Now, you know Herbert Gittins to be the longest serving General Secretary in the Caribbean. So much so that the room at Beauty, the boardroom, is now named the Herbert Gittins Boardroom. I want to know if you can name 3 other General Secretaries besides Herbert. Can you name 3 other General Secretaries? I heard Herbert. I am sorry, that is not correct. I see a hand in the back. I heard Harriet Husbands. What was it next? Stanley Husbands. Dennis Apisa. And Stanley Mears. That is correct. Pardon me? Wait, sorry. Sorry, Stanley Mears. Harry Husbands. Yeah, she said Harry Husbands. She said Harry Husbands and Dennis Apisa. Yeah, I heard Harry Husbands and then Stanley Mears and Dennis Apisa. So yes, that is correct. I have another question. Before Beauty
became an independent union. Now, this should be a very easy one. What union was Beauty a part of before it became an independent union? His hand went up first. I saw his hand. No, it was called Besta, but it was part of another union before, again, its independence. Part of another union. I see a hand over here. I see a hand over here. But we cannot accept NUPW. Can we not? Mr. President has the last word. Can we accept NUPW? Huh? It is technically right because NUPW changed from a civil service association. So the NUPW answer would be correct. Yes, Stephanie? Yes. Thank you very much. You have clearly studied the history of the Barbados Union of Teachers. Do not worry if you did not win a prize today. All the things that have been given away you can buy at BUT headquarters. Please continue to support the Barbados Union of Teachers. We started our program with prayer, and we should always end with gratitude. So at this time, I'd like to invite Sister Stacia Springer to move the vote of thanks. Sister Sharice Rock to move the vote of thanks. Please welcome her.
Ladies and gentlemen, good night. It gives me great pleasure to move this vote of thanks on behalf of the President and Executive Committee of the Barbados Union of Teachers. In the words of the Jamaican singer Toffee, gratitude is a must. For the success of tonight's gala, we must thank all those who played a part, whether big or small. Thanks foremost to God, from whom all blessings flow. Thanks to Sister Dr. Alicia Allen, the woman servant of God who offered the powerful prayers. Thanks to Sister Candace Springer, our treasurer, for her official welcome. You said Candace Springer? Oops. Candace Griffith for her official welcome. I might be marrying Candace off. Thanks to the caterers of the Lloyd Erskine Sanford Center for the sumptuous meal. Thanks to the entire management and staff of LESC for all their hard work behind the scenes. Thanks to our DJ, Rohan Seeley, for his services. Thanks to the videography team. I'm sure the production will be awesome. Thanks to the photographer, Shanice. The pictures, I know, will be lovely. Thanks to the decorators. They did an awesome job, including the balloons, the tables, and all that decor. Thanks to our co-hosts, Stephanie Chase and Sister Tara Jewett, for keeping the show going. Thanks to all those who were sponsors. Thanks to our sponsors. Special thanks to Brother Nathaniel and the team of ushers. Thank you to each and every one of you for coming out tonight. Thank you to the top tier teachers. Thank you to the retirees for your years of service. Thank you once again, and I have omitted anyone, it was inadvertently done, and I thank you anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I thank you.